Hi ladies, so I'm going to try and pump out all these videos in quick succession so they're on there, and hopefully some of it is helpful to you. And if you have any questions, then you can comment them to me, and I can either make another video with the questions that you have, or I'll just respond to them down below if there's just a few questions. So this video is about the 1 year wait if you are in New Zealand waiting for your government funding of IVF, and how to kind of cope with your 1 year wait. Let me start by saying I don't think I coped that well. And so this is a little bit of the pot calling the kettle black a little bit. But there are a few things that I think I did and that Mike and I did together to help us get through the process of just like 9 months of just hearing nothing from Fertility Plus, because you're just waiting before you actually get to go to orientation. The first thing I would say is be kind to yourself. If you struggle with Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving if you're in America, if you struggle with those things because you're around family, you're around friends, you're around lots of babies, and it's just too much for you, give yourself a bit of grace. Tell your family, explain to them either via email or talk to them about it, and just let them know that this is a difficult time of year for you. And then you and your partner go away and do something that's not Christmassy, that's not Mother's Day or Father's Day. And if you cry, you cry, and you just get over it. I think the hardest thing for me is to feel ashamed that I'm crying all the time over something like this. And I would say to you, don't feel ashamed. We are grieving. We're grieving the fact that we don't have a family, that we see others with families, that our hearts so want and desire that, and we don't have it. It's okay to cry. I cry all the time, and so you're not alone. If you're ever crying and you think I'm such an idiot, just know that I'm crying with you, that I probably cried today, and think, okay, I'm not crazy because Mel's crying with me. So give yourself a little bit of grace when it comes to holidays, when it comes to all that kind of stuff. The second thing I would say is get support. Now, for me, that was telling our family, and we did that right before we actually got involved with Fertility Plus and all that kind of stuff. But I would say, if you're close with your family, tell your mum, tell your dad, tell someone that can walk this journey with you. People around you that love you and care for you and that are close to you, who are going to kind of walk the journey with you and cry when you cry and be happy when you're happy and that kind of stuff. I think it's so important to have those people around you who aren't going to judge you, who are just going to understand what you're going through. And I would say the other thing is, and the thing that I didn't do because I was really just upset about my first appointment, was I would say get fit. You know, this is your opportunity. You've got 9 months or a year before you've got to stick a whole lot of injections in you and stuff. If you are not necessarily a fit person, or even if you do love your exercise, don't stop that. Keep enjoying things that you enjoy. Pick up a hobby if you don't have a hobby. In the later kind of months towards the before IVF, I started sewing, and I suck, but that's okay. I've just made a few burp cloths, and I've made a few bibs and that kind of thing, and I'm going to make a baby blanket, and they're all kind of, it's my little project, and I think that's important to have something that you can keep looking forward to and just doing, and keep your mind off of things. The other thing I would say is keep talking to your partner. This is your journey that you're sharing together. Don't stop having date nights. Don't stop talking about things. You guys, your relationship is important. It's the most important relationship, and so don't skimp out on that. Make sure you give that 100%. And this one is a very important one. Stop peeing on sticks. Stop taking ovulation tests. Stop doing pregnancy tests. Just give yourself a break. I know that was something that was hard for me. I would And pregnancy tests are not cheap in New Zealand. I think the cheapest one I can find is like $5, which is really expensive if you're doing several of them. And the really expensive ones, they've got the digital ones now that tell you 1 to 2 weeks. They're like $25 for one. So they're not cheap to do at all. Just do yourself a favor and stop doing all those tests. Stop doing your temperature and all that kind of stuff. And the reason I say that is because it is an added stress. It is a reminder every day, especially if you're doing temperature, that you are not pregnant and that you're trying to do something. You're trying to prepare yourself for something that might not happen and might not happen naturally for you. Give yourself a break from all those things and just enjoy life while you can. So I hope that's helpful. I don't know if it is. That's kind of lame advice, I guess. But if you've done the 1 year wait, how did you cope? What are the things that you did that were helpful? Who did you talk to? Who did you see? Did you go see a counselor? What did you do to get through the kind of the year of waiting? So hope this is helpful. If not, sorry for wasting 5 minutes of your life. Okay, see ya.